What's happening, family? It's Cash Sports again, back for another afternoon with my people. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. We're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. That's all. Miss Cass, #JBT. Ray Patterson, New Jersey, is in the house. Salute, Ray. Jerry Franks, Mike Masick, the Mighty Rise Podcast, The Closer. 9 p.m. weekdays, 12 o'clock on Sunday. Let's sit down for the JBT. Salute to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cash Sports, The Box Storian. This is the Tuesday afternoon edition. How is everyone doing this Tuesday afternoon? A couple days into the week now. And you know, if it's Monday through Friday, 2 o'clock, it's the Box Story. Now I had to change up my format for this week a little from what I previewed yesterday. The Fights of the Year and Fighter of the Year show was supposed to be today, but I didn't have it prepared all the way. And you know, I want everything to be right and complete for you, so I had to move that to later in the week. And today we are going to talk about women in boxing, because I did all these shows on the history of boxing and just talked about the men. Remember the last 2 weeks, the decade shows, just talked about all the men's and the men's fights in the decades. But right now, women's boxing is just as popular as it's ever been, especially in the United States. Because remember, the women used to have to go overseas to Europe, Mexico, and fight. But now, you know, a lot of these fights right at home. So we're going to talk about the women today. A little history of women's boxing. I did do a history of women's boxing last year when I just got started. I was only getting like 3 or 4 people in the building. So I'm going to run through it again today. And then a history of women's boxing in the United States. And we're going to, time permitting, we're going to look at the current champions and the current rankings for the women. That's what we're going to be doing today. BN Boxing News in the building. Salute BN Boxing News. I'm trying to get that brother to come on into this Fire JBT lineup. He's going to be in there sooner or later. Salute to BN Boxing News. I know we all subscribe to him. Anybody out there listening? Subscribe to BN Boxing News. That's the Fire channel over there. And this is Fight Week, Ryan and Devin. We made it. Remember one time we thought we weren't going to make it because Brian was acting like he was a few cans short of a 6-pack or something. But I think he was getting ready all the time. And it's this weekend. Got the card out and everything. Got a card from the UK this weekend too. It's always the card from the UK though. Seemed like. What how's everybody doing this afternoon? We're going to do the show on the Ring Magazine Fights and Fighter of the Year on Thursday. And don't forget, tomorrow is Profile on Cus D'Amato. Jay Hardcore had told me that I need to do a show on Cus D'Amato. So here it is, tomorrow, the legendary trainer. Had Mike Tyson, also had Floyd Patterson and others. It's a legendary trainer. If Cus hadn't passed away, Don King would have never got his hooks into Mike. You know, we saw how that worked out. Mike ended up in jail for rape, but that wasn't Don King's fault. Okay, Mike Basic says he think Dad slapped Ryan today. Really? I mean, where were they? I mean, the press conference is Thursday, right? Where did this happen at, Mike? Wow, I didn't hear that. Deb couldn't wait. Sir, they slapped him today, huh? Wow. That's news. I'll have to check on that. Thank you, Mike. We're always getting to the show about 2:30. Give a few more of my people time to get in here. 10 or 15 more minutes. But everybody okay this Tuesday afternoon? Beautiful outside here in Baltimore. Like low to mid 70s. Just a beautiful day. Hashtag JBT. That's what it is. Fury Fake says fake pushing again. Yeah. Those two guys aren't built like that. Ryan and Devin, neither one of them ever been in a fight outside of a boxing ring in their life, man. You know, they trying to fake the life that Tank really lived growing up, you know. Like they built like that. Nah, you need to stop it. Just save it for the ring, you know. I'm not bad. I'm not spending my money like Jay Hardcore says. I'm not paying for poop anymore. I'll listen to KQKC call it and see it. It'll come on eventually. Let's Google it on YouTube later. But I got Devin. I think he'll move around the ring. You know, excellent footwork and boxing skills. And Ryan won't be able to cut the ring off. If you remember, Ryan couldn't even cut the ring off on Tago. So you know he's not going to cut it off on Devin. Anybody hear anything about Bill Haney or Devin? Somebody said they want to fight Boots. You know that's a bunch of BS. Nah. He'll never get in there with Boots. No way. Yeah, it's all trash with them two. Day before the ring. You know, they doing all this nonsense outside, then they get in the ring, it'll be a sleep fest. Devil is circling around, piecing Ryan up, trying to throw that raggedy shoulder roll every now and then and go himself out of position and then turn his back. Part of his defense, you know, turn your back. But I don't know. Derek might have something planned. But old school made a good point. Will Ryan follow the plan? That's the story right there. Will Ryan follow it? Well, we got a good one today. We're going to talk about women's boxing, little history of it in the United States. We're going to go over the current women's champions and their rankings. Since I do it for the men all the time, we got to get the women their props. You know, I even did a women's top 10 pound for pound list about a month ago. 5 years ago, I couldn't even name 10 women boxing. The women's boxing is coming along. A lot of thanks to Jake Paul. You know, a lot of people don't like him, but he's been good for women's boxing. He's getting them paid. His fights are 12 scheduled for championship fights are scheduled for 12 rounds, 3 minutes. He had a prospect fight, a couple of women on his last card for 4 rounds, but they fought 3 minutes. Yeah. And you know, Amanda says she's not fighting anymore. 10 round, 2 minutes. Amanda gave the WBC belt back to Mauricio. But Scott Nicholson has it now. She won it a couple weeks ago. Yeah. He mentioned Amanda, but she's not ready for that. Not yet, Sky. Salute to Miss Cash, hashtag JBT, the executive vice president of Cash Sports and the brains behind the operation. I just do the talking. Little leg work with Miss Cash with the brain behind it. And salute to the women boxers today. We're going to get into them. Go way back and look at the history of women in our sport, because they are a big part of it. Got the glute. Speaking of the glute, wonder when she's gonna get back in the ring again. It's been a minute. But she had that other thing she's into, the MMA fight recently. So I wish she would wait until her boxing career is over, to venture into that. But she's doing them both at the same time. She won too. I think she's like 2-1, something like that. Yeah. We're gonna start in about 5 minutes. Let a few more people get in. But I appreciate the people that's in here. Loyal supporters. We got the closer for the JBT in here, the Rise podcast. They close it down at the end of the day. Go over there. You might see the Face of Boxing's coaches in there, both of them chopping it up. Calvin Ford, Kenny Ellis, that's right. Where else in there? But on these YouTube streets, but the JBT. You might see him do an interview somewhere else, but you might see him in the Rise podcast every day or every night. I mean, every night, chopping it up. Yeah. Who knows, one day you turn around and the Face of Boxing himself going to be sitting up in there. That's when I'm coming up on the panel then. Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT in the building. Salute Thomas Hill, the mayor of these YouTube streets. That's where I got my name from, the box historian, Thomas Hill. Here it is. Told y'all, every day, the spam calls me right at this time. It's got the list, Cash Sports, 2 o'clock. Salute to Thomas Hill. I love that name, the box historian. And I had to use it. The mayor of YouTube give you a name, you got to use it. You'll find yourself off the air quick, fast, in a hurry. Salute T Hill. Welcome to another episode of Cash Sports, the box historian. Today is the history of women's boxing. I'm your friendly neighborhood box historian, Cash Sports, bringing you all that boxing history and other things too. I've talked about footwork, different types of punches, sanctioning bodies, referees, judges, trainers, promotional company, all of them. Yeah, we got a UK card too. Seems like we always got a UK card. Those guys are busy. Eddie Hearn, boxing. Eddie's about the only promoter that promotes his fights. The Bob Father and Oscar don't. I remember the Bob Father said that nonsense about Bud a few years ago about he doesn't promote himself. But what does he pay you for, dummy? You're the promoter. If he promoted himself, then he don't need you, Bob Father. When he made that statement, he just showed how bad he's doing his job. That's all. And Bud came back good though. Bud said, "Your brother's Loma promote himself. That man don't even speak English." So how's that working? Loma promoting himself. He can promote himself over there in Ukraine or wherever he's from. Somewhere over there. Let's get ready to get into the show. There's Aunt McQueen in the building from Casual's Corner. Salute Aunt McQueen. We are talking about the history of women's boxing today. The history of it, and then we're going to talk about the history of it in the United States. Women's boxing just started being in the Olympics in 2012. I just always took for granted that it was an Olympic sport long before then, but yeah, 2012, it ain't that long ago. A little over 10 years. Yeah. But it's like the most popular it's ever been right there. Jake is doing a good job with him. Well, those women need to get with Jake if they want to fight 3-minute rounds in 12-round championship fights. We got Ray Patterson from New Jersey, but he done became a Cash Sports regular. That's a good thing. He can join my regular record. Hi, Aunt McQueen and the mayor, Mike Mason, Joey Faints, BN Boxing News, the Mighty Rise Podcast. Of course, Miss Gas, hashtag JBT. I couldn't do this if she didn't go along with it. It would be over. No more Cass Sports. If Miss Cass didn't go along, she could close the show down. But okay, a history of women's boxing. Okay, I got to get back to the top of my slide presentation once again. Hope this thing don't go out today. They're doing that lately. We got to do like Jay Hardcore and go knock on them neighbors' door and see about the use of their Wi-Fi. Give them a couple dollars, $2 or $3 per day or something. Okay, everybody ready? We're getting ready to get into the show. We got Lonnie Lee coming along. He gets off work in about 5 minutes. Then if that red light catches him, he'll check in. Texting at the red light. We all know about that. Bounces at the red light. Okay. A history of women's boxing. As everybody, it's Tuesday afternoon, so we're back into the week. It'll be the weekend before you know it. Oh yeah, and 3:45, we're gonna get our weekly preview of hashtag Let's Talk Fashion because it's almost Wednesday again. Remo will be along. You better not make me come find him. He'll be in here by 3:45. Okay. Women's boxing. Now, also, women have participated in boxing for almost as long as the sport has existed. Female fights have been effectively outlawed for most of boxing's history until recently. Remember, the Olympics just started, women's boxing just started being a part of the Olympics in 2012. That's very recent. Okay. But women were still participating in the sport, still was a part of it, but it's been effectively outlawed for most of the history. Athletic commissions refused to sanction or issue licenses to women boxing. Most nations officially banned the sport. Yeah. But reports of women entering the ring go back to the 18th century. Women just went on around those commissions and stuff. Well, let me drop this down a little bit. If Bill Knuckles was in there, he would remind me. Turn that music down, Cass, like he did before. And I turned it down. Bill Knuckles said, sheesh. Turn it down. Too loud. Can't hear myself think. Where is the vibe? There it is. Way down there. That's cool right there. Okay, back to the top. Oh, hold on for 1 minute. I'm missing part of my notes. You're messing up, Cass. You gotta do it right. You got people watching you. Not far away. Okay. Give me 1 second. There it is. I got so much stuff sitting up here. There it is, right there. Okay. Now, one of the earliest mentions of women's boxing is in the travelogue of a German man who visited London in 1710. And while this man was watching a fight, right, he met a woman at the fight. And she claimed she actually had a boxing match at the same venue where this fight was at, right? Now, one of the earliest known women's fights to have been advertised in print was in London. It was between Elizabeth Wilkinson. There's Elizabeth right there. That's the quote. There's Elizabeth right there. Uh-oh. Looks like trouble when it does that. Okay. One of the earliest known women's matches to have been advertised was it was in London, between Elizabeth Wilkinson and Hannah Highfield. And that was in 1722, way back then. Now, Elizabeth called herself a European championess. Now, Elizabeth Wilkinson and her husband, they used to travel around together and fight other couples as a pair. Wilkinson would fight the woman, Elizabeth, and her husband would fight the man. Now, in those days, boxing allowed kicking, gouging, gouging, headbutting, and other methods of attack. It's not part of today's sport. You could do all that stuff back then. Well, I bet that was crazy. That was just like what went on out on the street and fought, doing all that. That's how we used to fight on the street in Baltimore when I was growing up. Kicking, gouging, all kinds of stuff. Especially aim your kick towards you, that certain part of the anatomy. You know what I'm talking about. All that was allowed in boxing back then. I don't know about that part of it, but it said kicking. Now, women's boxing officially became a part of the Olympics in 2012, but it did appear in the 1904 games in St. Louis as a demonstration sport, but it did become a permanent part of the games. But it was in there in 1904 in St. Louis, just as a demonstration sport. Now, during the 1920s, Professor Andrew Newton, one of he was related to Isaac. Anyway, Andrew Newton formed a women's boxing club in London. At that time in the UK, women's boxing was hugely controversial. Then in 1926, after this professor had formed this women's boxing club, Shoreditch Borough, the council of that community, banned an arranged exhibition match between boxers Annie Newton and Madge Baker. Madge was a student, okay? Now, then they made an attempt, since it got banned in Shoreditch Borough, they made an attempt to hold a place called Hackney, which was close to Shoreditch Borough. But then it was a campaign that was led by the mayor of Hackney, town they tried to have it in, right? And the mayor wrote, "I regard this proposed exhibition of women boxers as a gratification of the sensual ideals of a crowd of vulgar men." And the Home Secretary of the UK, Sir William Johnson, he was among those people opposing the match, claiming, that's like the Secretary of State, over here. But he claimed the legislature never imagined that such a disgraceful exhibition would have been staged in his country. So that was it for that match. And the story about this situation was reported across the country, even internationally. Okay, so they shut that down. Now in 1988, the Swedish Amateur Boxing Association sanctioned events for women, okay, in Sweden. Then in 1997, the British Amateur Boxing Association sanctioned its first boxing competition for women. Now the first event, this was amateurs, right? And the first event was meant to be between two 13-year-old girls, but one of the boxers dropped out because of hostile media attention. The media was against it, and they was writing, giving it bad press. So one of the girls, couldn't handle it. She dropped out. Then a month later, an event was held, but it was between two 16-year-olds. A little more mature. They probably could handle all the hostility that was coming at them. Okay. Now, although women fought professionally in many countries, in the United Kingdom, the BBBC refused to issue licenses to women. But they were fighting other places, but in the UK, they refused to issue licenses to women until they issued one to Jane Couch. Okay? That's Jane. She got the first boxing license over in the UK. That was in 1998, not that long ago. Believe that? The first woman to be issued a boxing license in the UK was just in 1998. I just took it for granted that women had been boxing over there before that, but no, 1998. Is that like 26 years? And by the end of that century, however, they had issued 5 such licenses. By the end of the 90s, they issued 5 licenses to women. Now, the first sanctioned professional fight between women in the UK was in November 1998 in London between Jane Couch and Simona Lukic. 1998. The International Boxing Association, this is the amateur organization, okay? They accepted new rules for women's boxing at the end of the 20th century and approved the first European Cup for women in 1999 and the first World Championship for women in 2001. In October 2001, the first Women's Amateur Boxing Championships. It was called the 2001 Women's World Amateur Boxing Championships, were held in Scranton, in the United States. Okay. Now, women's boxing was not featured at the 2008 Olympics, but however, on 14th August 2009, it was announced that the International Olympic Committee had approved the inclusion of women's boxing for the games in London in the 2012 Olympics, okay? So they approved women's boxing for the 2012 Olympics. And that was the first time women's boxing was included in the Olympics. And women were allowed to compete in boxing for the first time at the Olympics during the 2012 Summer Games, producing the world's first 12 female Olympic medalists, okay, in boxing. Nicola Adams of Great Britain won the world's first Olympic women's boxing gold medal. On September 14th, that's Cecilia Brax. On September 14th of September 2014, after defeating Croatian Ivana Abazin, Cecilia Brax became the first Norwegian and the first woman to hold all major world championship belts in her weight division. First 4-time undisputed women's champion. It was at welterweight in boxing history. Cecilia Brax, not the group. Okay. In 2015, the WBF, World Boxing Federation, unified various women's titles to have one title holder. Okay. Now let's look at boxing, a history of boxing in the United States. Okay. Now, boxing in the United States go way back further than it did around other parts of the world. In 1876, the first women's boxing match was held in the United States. In this match, Nell Saunders defeated Rose Harlan. Guess what she won? Her prize was a silver butter dish. Okay? First women's boxing match in the United States. The winner, Nell Saunders, won a silver butter dish. Okay? And like I said before, women's boxing first appeared in the 1904 Olympic Games in St. Louis as a demonstration sport. Now, in 1954, Barbara Buttrick was part of the first boxing match between two women on American national television. Okay? Women was on TV for the first time in 1954. That's Barbara Buttrick right there on the screen. In 1975, Caroline Svensson became the first woman to receive a boxing license in the United States when she was granted one in Nevada. Also in 1975, Jackie Tonawanda, that's Jackie on the screen, she sued the New York State Athletic Commission for denying her a boxing license because of her gender. This resulted in the case Garrett versus New York State, because she also went by Jacqueline Garrett too. Okay, Jackie Tonawanda also went by Jacqueline Garrett. And this resulted in the case Garrett versus the New York State Athletic Commission, 1975. The New York Supreme Court, which was decided in her favor, okay? Now, she got the license, but it did not overturn the law in New York against women boxing. Although she did get the license, but they still had the law in effect. Now, Kathy Davis, that's Kathy Davis here. Kathy Davis also sued the New York State Athletic Commission in 1977 because she was denied a boxing license because she was a woman. And the case was also decided in her favor. And later that year, a judge invalidated the law against women receiving licenses in New York. Okay, wait a minute now. But it says, no woman may be licensed as a boxer or second or licensed to compete in any wrestling exhibition with men. Okay? Get with me for a minute. Now, in 1976, that's not good. Keep doing that. Pat Pineda, she became the first female boxer to receive a boxing license in California. So in the late 70s, women started to break through, getting licenses in the United States. In 1979, a lawsuit made California change its boxing regulations, which had limited women boxers to no more than 4 rounds. Okay? Wow, just 4 rounds. So that law was changed. During the 1980s, women boxing briefly resurfaced in public notice in California due to the twin sisters, Dora and Cora Weber. They were world champions. Other women went on hunger strikes to be noticed. But the boom of women's boxing came in the 1990s, coinciding, somebody's out there cutting fast, with the boom in professional women's sports leagues, such as the WNBA. And with boxers such as Stephanie Jaramillo, Delia Chiquita Gonzalez, Christy Martin, Layla Ali. Got to shift up a little. There's Layla. Had to put her up there. With these women, also Jackie Frazier-Ladd, Bonnie Canino, and Samia Anani, all world champions, jumping into the scene. That's when the boom came in the 90s. On April 16, 1992, after 8 years in court in Massachusetts, now she got a great name for a boxer, this lady here, Gail Grandchamp. Ain't that a good name for a boxer? Grandchamp. Gail Grandchamp won her battle to become a boxer as a Massachusetts State Superior Court judge ruled it was illegal to deny someone a chance to box based on gender. Now, during her battle to win the right to box as an amateur, she passed the age of 36, the maximum age for amateur fighters. Even though she knew it would not help her as an amateur, Grandchamp continued her efforts, and eventually she did box professionally. Okay? Now, Dallas Malloy. That's Dallas. Dallas Malloy. Dallas Malloy. She was denied an application by USA Boxing due to being female. She sued also, a U.S. District Judge, Barbara Rothstein, allowed her to box by granting a preliminary injunction. Okay. In October 1993, Malloy defeated Heather Horner in the United States' first sanctioned amateur boxing match between two female boxers. Okay. USA Boxing lifted its ban on women's boxing later in 1993. Okay? And also in 1993, Don King, the famous promoter, he signed American boxer Christy Martin in October of that year, making Martin the first female boxer who signed with Don King. Okay, Don King got on board with it. Hey, something got to give. Don King gonna make it happen. You know, the King gonna make it happen. Okay, but Christy Martin was the first female boxer to sign with Don King. So you know, some money or something involved in the sport of Don King getting involved. In 1995, the New York Golden Gloves allowed women boxers to compete for the first time. 1995. All right. On March 16th, 1996, a boxing match took place that is often called the fight that put women's boxing on the map. Okay? And that fight this fight was called the women's boxing match that put women's boxing on the map. Or the fight that made women's boxing, the fight that made women's boxing It was held in Nevada between American Christy Martin and Irish woman Deidre Gogarty. Okay, that's Deidre Gogarty there. That shows you Christy Martin. Okay. Martin versus Gogarty is often, called the fight to put women's boxing on the map. The fight was won by Martin, who was bleeding profusely, in a 6-round unanimous decision, and led to her being the first female boxer featured on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Okay? Christy Martin. She was the first female boxer on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Here's the picture right there. Okay? Yes, she was. From that fight right there. Okay. Now let's look at some we're going to look at some women's champions of today and the rankings of the women. Okay, so the Breakers versus Callie Reese, Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. Okay, let me get this up. We're going to look at some the rankings and some of the women's boxers. JBT Network in the building. I mean, the women's current champions and rankings. Okay, that's going on now. Let's always do it for the men. You got to get the women, show the women some love today. Salute JBT Network in the building. Anybody not subscribed to that JBT Network, you're going to subscribe to that. Okay. JBT Network has its own separate channel outside of the regular channels that's in the lineup, like Rise Podcast, Hardcore Boxing News, Just Do Boxing, Casual Corner, hashtag Let's Talk Faster Than Cash Sports. I'm going to put it in the chat for anybody that wants to go over there and subscribe. Then we're going to talk about the women's. Oh yeah, that is another segment to the show. Every Thursday, it's going to be the day. I'm going to drop the link early, like 3 o'clock, and then we're going to spend an hour just chopping it up. Anybody is welcome to come up. Every Thursday, we're going to chop it up for an hour. That's going to be Thursdays, okay? That's the new segment. Starting next Thursday, because Thursday is already occupied. In JBT Network, you had said something about I should do a show on Cus D'Amato. That's tomorrow. Profile on legendary trainer Cus D'Amato. Okay? Oh, Lord. Don't miss that. I'm trying to put this link in the chat, but I can't remember. Okay, what is it? Bear with me for a second. For the JBT Network. Everybody should be subscribed to that by now, though. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Yeah. Just hit that link and subscribe. We have Old School Laurent in the building. You know Old School? Every Thursday. It's going to be link day. The link gets dropped at 3 o'clock every Thursday. We chop it, just chop it up for an hour about the sport, boxing. William Old School, hashtag JBT in the building. Okay. Now let's we're going to look at the champions and rankings for women today. Okay. Women's champions or rankings. Bear with me for a second. Everybody okay this Tuesday afternoon? We're in fight week for Ryan and Devin. I got Devin, but I don't know. Ryan might catch him with something. Everybody buying the fight? I don't think I am. I ain't paying for no food. I think ticket sales are still in the toilet. And I want them to do well. But it doesn't appear to be. Salute, old school. We're going to look at all the current women's champions and the current rankings. Okay? In one moment. From heavyweight on down. Yeah, and here we go. To the middleweight. The women's heavyweight division, some of the sanctioning bodies don't recognize the women's champion, and the weight varies. Like something like the WBO, I believe, is over 200, and a couple of them, and the other one is like over 175. I believe it might be the IBF is over 175. Okay, now here we go. I'm ready. All set up. Current women's champions. Probably have some time to drop the link today, too. Me and Old School had a pretty good conversation yesterday. Old School always got a good conversation. Like now, he says, when you have these YouTube media channels giving Ryan no chance of winning, I'm surprised that the fight isn't selling. I'm not surprised the fight isn't selling. Okay, Old School. Yeah. I'm gonna have time to drop the link today, probably about 3:30. But starting next week, every Thursday, we're gonna have an hour. This Thursday is gonna be link day. We're gonna have an hour to chop it up every Thursday. Okay. Don't forget, Friday's profile day, and the profile this week is The Hands of Stone. Roberto Duran himself. Don't miss that Friday. I'm sure not. I'm definitely gonna be here for that. I am definitely going to be here for that. Friday. Okay. I'm trying to see if Savannah Marshall. Okay, there we go. Trying to get my slide presentation together. There's Savannah Marshall right there. Yeah. Okay. Now, at heavyweight for women, the champion right now is this is as of April 13th, 2024. Very current. Today is just 13th was Saturday. Okay. Now, WBA doesn't recognize the women's champion at heavyweight, okay? WBC is vacant. IBF is vacant. And the WBO is vacant. Nobody has a heavyweight champion right now. WBA doesn't even recognize one, okay? So your heavyweight boxing is not that big with the women. The light heavyweight. Now, let's see. I do have some rankings for heavyweight. No, I don't. Number one is Lonnie Daniels, okay? He's 110, lost 2, had 2 draws, 1 knockout. Her last fight was against Desley Robinson. She won a 10-round majority decision. That was on December 2nd. Her next fight is to be announced. Ranked number 2 is Ari Melissa, okay? 6 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, no knockouts. Last fight was May 27th. Well, wait a minute. Yeah. She has not fought since May 27th of last year. She won a unanimous decision against Lonnie Daniels. Yeah, that was her last fight. Ranked number 3, Raquel Miller. 13-0, 6 knockouts. Her last fight was March 10th. She stopped Angie Paola Roca in the first round. Next fight to be announced. Ranked number 4, Angie Paola Roca. 14-4, 3 draws, 7 knockouts. Of course, you lost to Raquel Miller. I just said that. Number 5, Bolatito Olawole. 9-0, 5 knockouts. Her last fight was December 26th against Blessing Abasoye. She won a 8-round unanimous decision. Okay? Only 5 ranked. Only list 5. Men normally do 10. Okay. Light heavyweight. I didn't show you Lonnie Daniels. There's Lonnie right there. Okay, Lonnie Daniels. Well, we're coming. A light heavyweight. Well, that was light heavyweight. Lonnie Daniels, WBA is vacant, WBC vacant, WEO vacant, IBF is Lonnie Daniels. Now we go to super middleweight. Okay. Super middleweight. Savannah Marshall was WBA, WBC, IBF, and she's WBC champion in recess. And Franchon Cruz is interim. Okay? There's Savannah. Franchon Cruz is interim at super middleweight for the women. The rankings are as follows. Savannah Marshall is ranked number 1, 13 wins, 1 loss. Only loss coming to the group. She has 10 knockouts. That's not a bad knockout rate. 13 wins, 10 of them knockouts. Of course, her last fight was a win over Franchon Cruz. That was last July 1st. Ranked number 2 is Franchon Cruz. Okay? She's 9-2. 2 knockouts. Her only loss coming to the group and Savannah Marshall. Her last fight was a 10th round unanimous decision over Shadeja Green. Next opponent to be announced. This fight was December 15th against Shadeja Green. Ranked number 3 is Shadeja Green. Okay? And Shadeja is 13-1 with 11 knockouts. Another good knockout rate. Her only loss coming to Franchon Cruz. And next opponent to be announced. Number 4, Raquel Miller. She's ranked at light heavyweight and super middleweight. Okay, 13-1, 13-0, 6 knockouts. Okay, next opponent to be announced. And number 5, Olivia Curry. 7-2, 2 knockouts. Her last fight was last April against Shadeja Green. She lost a 10th round unanimous decision. Okay. Next is middleweight. And of course, at middleweight, the GOAT is undisputed. Clarissa Shields is undisputed at middleweight. And Clarissa is ranked number 1 with a record of 14-0, just 2 knockouts. Her last fight was last June against Maricela Cornejo. It was a 10th round unanimous decision. Savannah Marshall is also ranked number 2 at middleweight. Okay. Number 3 is Mapele Nagabane. Which is that? She has 12 wins and 8 losses, 3 draws, 2 knockouts. Last fight was December 9th. A unanimous decision against Rita. I'm not even gonna fool with her last name, okay? I'll put it in the chat. Let y'all deal with it. There it is right there. Okay. That's who this last fight was against. Ranked number 4, Desley Robinson. 5-2, 1 knockout. Last fight was against Lottie Daniels, December 2nd. Lost a 10-round majority decision. Okay. Then we go to number 5, Jessica Guerrera. 3-0. We go to junior middleweight. Okay. Champions at junior middleweight. There she is. That's Emma Carson. Terry Harper has the WBA. Emma Carson has the WBC and the WBO. And Femke Hermans has the IBF title at junior middleweight. The rankings. Ranked number 1 is Terry Harper. 14 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 6 knockouts. Next fight to be announced. Number 2, Marie-Eve Dicaire. 18 wins, 2 losses, just 1 knockout. Next opponent to be announced. 3, Emma Carson. Remember, she's the WBC and WBO champion. She has a record of 24 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 12 knockouts. Next fight to be announced. Number 4, Femke Hermans. 18-4, 7 knockouts. Next fight to be announced. Number 5, Cecilia Brækhus. The veteran. 37 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 9 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. Okay. After junior middleweight, it's a welterweight. At welterweight, put Jessica McCaskill up there. There's Jessica. At welterweight, Jessica McCaskill is the WBA and WBC champion. Natasha Jonas has the IBF, and Sandy Ryan has the WBO. The rankings at welterweight, 147 pounds. Natasha Jonas is ranked number 1. 15 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 8 knockouts. The next opponent is to be announced. Number 2 is Sandy Ryan. Okay. The WBO champion. Sandy Ryan is 7 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 3 knockouts. Next opponent is to be announced. Number 3 is Jessica McCaskill. Jessica has the WBA and WBC. She's 12-3 with 1 draw, 5 knockouts. Next opponent is May 11th against Lauren Price. Number 4, Michaela Mayer. 19 wins, 2 losses, 5 knockouts. I think her 2 losses is against Alicia Baumgartner. I don't know who that one is. But her next opponent is to be announced. Number 5, Marisela Cornejo. 18 wins, 6 losses, 7 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. Next is junior welterweight. Okay, KT. Who's that? KT is undisputed. Junior welterweight. Katie Taylor. She wasn't undisputed at lightweight, but I think she dropped the belt. Now, Katie is also ranked number 1. 23 wins, just 1 loss, 6 knockouts. Next opponent is July 20th. Ooh, they scheduled that? Her and Amanda? I did not know that. It has Amanda Serrano. Wow. That's news to me. Stay with me for a second. One second. Okay. Checking on something very quick. Be right with you. I saw. Now I can't find it. Okay, let's move on. Okay. We're at junior welterweight. Let's look at the rankings for junior welterweight. Oh, Remo, hashtag Let's Talk Fashion in the building. Oh, he's putting Amanda and Katie on the undercard. And Remo, he had Amanda was the main event the last time, but she got hurt, remember? Wow. Jake put them on the undercard. Remember the last time before Amanda got hurt? Then Jake became the main event, but that was Amanda was originally the main event. Okay, I'm trying to get back down to junior welterweight. Where I was at. Oh, here we go. The rankings for junior welterweight. Katie Taylor's 1. 2 is Chantel Cameron. 18 wins, 1 loss, 8 knockouts. Only loss came to Katie Taylor. I thought they was going to have the trilogy. You know, they had those 2 fights. Both of them was majority decisions. 1-1. And then just dropped it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, old school he is. But yeah. I thought if he put Amanda and the other lady on it as the main event, surely I thought he would have put Amanda and Katie as the main event, because that's a much bigger fight than that last one. But it was in Puerto Rico too, so yeah. That had a lot to do with it, I guess. But number 3 is Jessica McCaskill. Some of these women are ranked in 2 different divisions. Jessica's 12-1. Remember, she's fighting Lauren Price May 11th. 4 is Jessica Camara. She's 12-4 with 3 knockouts. She got a fight coming up in 2 weeks against Hyun Mi Choi. I laugh because I butchered that bad. 5 is Anahi Esther Sanchez. 23 wins, 6 losses, 13 knockouts. Next opponent is to be announced. Let's go to lightweight. Katie Taylor. At lightweight, Katie Taylor has a WBA, WBC, IBF is vacant, WBO is Rhiannon Dixon at lightweight. Okay. And rank number 1 is Katie again. Number 2 is Caroline Dubois. She's 9-0 with 5 knockouts. Daniel's sister. Her next fight is to be announced. Number 3 is Estelle Mosley. 11 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 1 knockout. Number 4 is Rhiannon Dixon. She's the WBO champion. She's 10-0 with 1 knockout. Next fight to be announced. Number 5 is Mara Monillo. 14 wins, 1 loss, 2 knockouts. Next fight to be announced. Junior lightweight. Okay. It's ruled by her. Okay. At least that's Alicia Baumgartner. Alicia has a WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO. Somebody is an interim champion down there. I don't know who it is. But they have Delphine Pursoon ranked number 1. They don't have Alicia in here, I guess, because of that test or whatever. But she's still number 1. She's a champion. He's like, Amanda will beat her this time, old school. I thought she beat her the last time, tell you the truth. But she didn't get it. So it is what it is. Number 2, I have Khaled, 16-2, 3 knockouts. Delphine is the veteran. Delphine is 49-3, 1 draw. No, 49-3, 1 no contest. She has 19 knockouts. She had that fight with Katie a few years back, classic. Number 3 is her next opponent is to be announced. Number 3 is Beatrice Ferreira. She's 4-0 with 2 knockouts. What is she doing in the rankings with 4 fights? 4, Bo Shin, 16-2, 9 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. And 5, Hyun Mi Choi. 20 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 5 knockouts. Okay. Featherweight. Okay. That's Amanda. Amanda's not undisputed any longer there, remember. And Sky Nicholson just picked up the belt she dropped a couple weeks ago, remember? Yeah. Anyway, Amanda has the WBA, IBF, WBO. Amanda dropped it because Mauricio wouldn't sanction 12 rounds, 3 minutes for the women. So Amanda gave it back to her. Sky Nicholson just picked it up. Mike Grimm in the building. Salute Mike Grimm. Welcome to another episode of Passport. I'm over 20 likes again. We hit my record last week, 33 likes. I like that. I'm trying to find my sheet. I was writing the names down. Come on, Cass. Mike Grimm. Salute Mike Grimm. We're looking at women's boxing today. Did a little history now. I'm just looking at the champions and current rankings of all the divisions, since I've done it for the men so many times. Give the women a little love. Women is most popular it's ever been, especially over here. I even did a women's pound for pound list like a month ago. And I was saying 5 years ago, I couldn't even name 10 women's boxers. Okay. Now, back to this. Amanda. Okay, Amanda is, I was saying she's WBA, IBF, WBO. Sky Nicholson just picked up the WBC, which Amanda dropped a couple weeks ago. Okay. And the rankings for featherweight is as follows. Of course, Amanda's number 1. 46 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. 30 knockouts. Who else beat her besides Katie Taylor? Well, I thought that was the only loss, but she has 2. Ranked number, old school. Who beat Amanda other than Katie Taylor? You know, must have been a while back when she was younger, because she's been fighting since 2009. I thought that Katie Taylor was the only loss, but she has 2 losses. Wow, news to me. Number 2 is Sarah Morford. Yeah, Amanda's next fight is July 20th, Katie Taylor. Ranked number 2 is Sarah Morford. She's 14-2 with 3 knockouts. Next fight to be announced. Number 3 is Daniela Romina Bermudez. 32 wins, 4 losses, 3 draws, 12 knockouts. Don't forget, the hashtag Let's Talk Fashion preview is coming up at 3:45. Get a head start on what's going on tomorrow on hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. At 4:45 today. Number 5 is Nina Menke. 18 wins, 3 losses. 4 knockouts. Her next fight is to be announced. It was Amanda Serrano, but that's the one that Amanda was supposed to fight and got hurt, remember? Yeah, that was her, Nina. Now, junior featherweight, winding down. I'm going to drop the link after that. Okay, a little early. But, we had the Let's Talk crashing by 3:45. Okay. Ellie Scopney, she just fought Saturday, right? Yeah, unified junior featherweight. Junior featherweight. Ellie Scopney has the IBF and the WBO. Erica Cruz has the WBA. That's who Eddie said he want next for. Ellie Scopney with Erica Cruz, Eddie Hearn. And the WBC is Yamalik Mercado. I butchered the first name that time. And Yamalik Mercado is ranked number 1 at junior featherweight. 22 wins, 3 losses, 5 knockouts. Ellie Scopney is 2 with 9-0 record, no knockouts. She just unified Saturday. I believe she had the IBF. She has the IBF and WBO now. Number 3 is Erica Cruz. That's who Eddie wants next for Ellie Scopney. Erica is 17-2 with 3 knockouts. She already has an opponent next month, May 11th, Nazarena Romero. She ain't related to Rolling. Number 4 is Segaline Lefebvre. I think that's who Ellie Scopney fought Saturday. I remember that last name. So Segaline does not have her belt anymore. I think it was the WBO. I think Ellie had the IBF. She has both of them now. Segaline lost her belt Saturday. 18-1, that was her first loss. Wow, somebody's old win. Yep. 10-round unanimous decision. Ellie Scopney, April 13th, last fight. Of course, next fight to be announced. Somebody's old win. Segaline Lefebvre's old win. Number 5, Mia Motu. 18-0, 6 knockouts. Next, she's fighting Napaki. Forget it. Her. Okay. And I guess Mia Motu has something to say about that. Erica Cruz and Ellie Scopney. Mia is 18-0. So she want to get a piece of that. Yeah. But anyway, I couldn't pronounce the name of who she's fighting next. But here it is, right? Let y'all pronounce it for yourself. I ain't gonna lie, I can't. I have no idea what it is. I think the first name is Sean Day something. No, that's not her. This is her. I can pronounce that. Here it is. Yeah, somebody pronounce this. Pronounce this old school when I drop the link, okay? Ed probably can pronounce it. And Remo. Let me finish putting this name in here. It's RISAWAS. That's who Mia Motu is fighting next. Her. On April 26th. That's next Friday, okay? Bantamweight is next. Only got like 3 or 4 more to go. Bantamweight, that's Dina Thorslund. Okay, that's Dina Thorslund right there. Now, the champions at bantamweight is okay. I'm on the back. Dina Thorslund has the WBC and the WBO. Nina Hughes has the WBA. Mayo Yoshida has the IBF. Okay. Dina is ranked number 1. I don't know. It's old school. Dina's ranked number 1, 21-0, 9 knockouts. Her next fight is scheduled May 25th versus Cetin, Cetin. Ranked number 2 is Diana Laura Fernandez. 31 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 5 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. Number 3, so when you start getting down to these lower ones, man. Luna Avila. 25 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 4 knockouts. Number 4, Mayo Yoshida. 17 wins, 4 losses, no knockouts. 21 fights, no knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. And number 5 is Nina Hughes. Okay. Nina is the WBA champion. She's 6-0 with 2 knockouts. Her next opponent is May 11th versus Shanika Johnson. That's got to be her sister, Shanika. Yeah, Shanika. I bet anybody $100 is she a sister, Shanika. Ginger bantamweight. Okay. That's Ashley Gonzalez. Right there. Ashley. I think she even got a name, part of it. I moved that title out the way. Now, this is junior bantamweight. Here, Ashley is the WBC champion. Ashley Gonzalez. Clara Lescarat is the WBA champion. Irma Garcia has the IBF. And Mizuki Haruta has the WBO. I didn't do too bad on those names. The rankings. Number 1 is Diana Laura Fernandez. Not one of the champions, but they have her ranked number 1. 31-4, 1 draw, 5 knockouts. Number 2 is Ashley Gonzalez. She is 16-2 with 7 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. Number 3, Michaela Lujan. 14 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 5 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. Number 4 is Irma Garcia, IBF champ. 23 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw, 4 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. And number 5 is Adelaida Ruiz. 15-0 with 1 draw, 8 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. We're down to flyweight. Okay. I put Marlon Esparza up there. There's Marlon. Okay. Flyweight. Now the champions at flyweight, Marlon Esparza has all 4 belts. No, she has 3 of them. WBA, WBC, and WBO. The Towering Inferno's sister, Gabriela Fundora, has the IBF. Okay? Just Do Boxing in the building. Salute to Just Do Boxing. We are giving the women a little love today, bro. Did a little history down, just going over the current champions, since I'm always talking about the men's history and champions and rankings. Doing the women today. Okay? And where were we? Flyweight, I think. Salute Just Do Boxing in the building. Coming up at 4 o'clock. We're like 30 minutes away from Just Do Boxing. Okay? Flyweight rankings are as follows. Marlon Esparza is ranked number 1. 14 wins, 1 loss, just 1 knockout. The next opponent is to be announced. Ranked number 2 is the Towering Inferno's sister, Gabriela Fundora. 13 wins, no losses, 6 knockouts. And she's the IBF champion. Number 3, Kenya Enriquez. 28 wins, just 1 loss, 11 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. Number 4, Gabriela Alanis. 14 wins, just 1 loss, 6 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. Number 5, Areli Lucinho. 32 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws, a veteran. 11 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. 2 more to go. Junior flyweight. Okay. It's Jessica Neri Plata. It's Jessica. At junior flyweight, we have Jessica Neri Plata has a WBO and WBC. Evelyn Bermudez has the IBF and WBO. They both get a slide since they share the belts there. There's Evelyn Bermudez right there. Okay. Okay. Like I said, Jessica Neri Plata is ranked number 1. 30 wins, 2 losses, 3 knockouts. Evelyn Bermudez is number 2. 19 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 6 knockouts. They need to go ahead and go for undisputed. They both got all 2. Each one of them got 2 belts. They rank 1 and 2. Why not? No brainer. Sarah Borman is number 3. 17 and 1, 7 knockouts. Kim Clavel is 4. 17 and 2, 1 knockout. Sarah Borman's next opponent is May 4th. Tamara DeMarco. And Kim Clavel's next opponent to be announced. Tanya Enriquez, 21 and 1, 10 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. That sounds like a pretty tough division. All of them had like 1-0 or 1 losses down there. Strawweight, 105. Okay. Wing back to the top one more time. Oh my God. What did I do? Oh, okay, it's back. Did y'all screens blink out? I hurried up 4 o'clock for this thing go off. My screen just blinked out on me. Let's, wait a minute. What is Denise Estrada doing up there? I'm not to you yet, Denise. Okay, Denise Estrada. Yeah, Denise Estrada is next. Strawweight. Okay, yeah. That strawweight, Denise Estrada is undisputed. Okay. And of course, she's ranked number 1. 26 wins, no losses, 9 knockouts. Number 2, Yocasta Valet. 30 wins, 3 losses, 9 knockouts. All to be announced. I'm not going to say a next opponent unless I'm not even going to say to be announced. Just if they have one. Sarah Borman is ranked in this rankings too. She was also in junior flyweight, wasn't she? She's ranked number 3, 17 and 07 knockouts. She has a next opponent scheduled. Tamara Elizabeth DeMarco. That's at junior flyweight. That's May 4th. But this is strawweight here. Number 4, Tina Rapret. 13 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 3 knockouts. Next opponent to be announced. I just said I wasn't going to do that. Number 5, Annabeth Ortiz. 33 wins, 6 losses, 4 knockouts. And one more, atomweight. I didn't even put down the champions for atomweight. Let's do the rank. Atomweight. Number 1 is Eri Matsuda. 7 and 1, 1 knockout. 2, Umeri Yamanaka. 8 and 0, 3 knockouts. 3, Tina Ruppert. 13 and 1, 1 draw, 3 knockouts. Also ranked at strawweight. Why do they even have these 2 weight classes? 1 102, 1 105. Why not just make it 1 weight class? I don't understand that at all. 4, Yuko Kuroki. Because you see the same women is back and forth between 2. Both. I've seen 2 women ranked in both of them. Why not just make it 1 weight class? 4, Yuko Kuroki. More money, more champions, more money. That's why sanctioning bodies are crazy with that nonsense, man. You make a weight class 102, 1 105 just so you can collect sanctioning fees from different fighters. But Kuroki is 22 and 8, 2 draws, 9 knockouts. And finally, number 5, Fabiana something. Record is 20 and 1, 2 knockouts. 5 knockouts, 2 draws. Fabiana. Okay, I'm going to drop the link in there now. We're going to get the hashtag Let's Start Preview between 9 quarter of it. But this link is for anybody to come up. That last name that I didn't attempt was this. BYT YQI. I can't pronounce that. I don't think nobody but her and her family can pronounce that. Now, what in the world is that? By Tiki? By Tiki, yeah. That's it. Let me drop the link in. Okay. That was the to show the women some love, since I'm always talking about what the men doing, but the women are like the most popular they've ever been. Okay. I can name about 40 women's boxers. 5 years ago, I couldn't name 5. Okay. So this link is, we're going to get the hashtag Let's Talk Fashion Preview today. But this link is for anybody. You want to come up, chop it up with me, or chop it down. Tell me the show was good. Tell me it was terrible. Whatever, it don't matter. And remember, on Thursday, starting next week, it's going to be the link day. I'm going to drop the link at 3 o'clock, and we're just going to chop it up for the last hour of the show. Okay? That's what every Thursday is going to be. And don't forget, tomorrow is the Customato profile. Getting an extra profile this week. Jay Hardcore said I should do one on Customato, so I'm doing it. And Friday, of course, is profile day, and it's going to be The Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran. Okay? Well, we missed it. Thursday. Thursday is going to be the Fight of the Year, Fighter of the Year shows. Yeah, that's Thursday. That was supposed to be today, but I didn't have all my research done, and I'm not going to bring you an incomplete show. Okay. But it'll be ready by Thursday. Okay. Me and Miss Cass is working on that. Wait a minute, I hear something talking. I didn't have the phone turned down. I'm sorry. Okay. Copy and paste this link on in there. And we're going to get the hashtag Let's Talk Fashion Preview by 3:45. And this is for anybody to come up. And we're going to talk. Oh, my goodness. Wait a minute. Bear with me. Well, how is everybody today? It's Tuesday. Getting the week rolling again. Right? Everybody doing okay? It's Devin and Ryan fight week. Devin and Ryan fight week. We thought we wasn't going to get it. Remember when everybody thought Ryan was losing his mind? But Ryan was getting ready for this fight. Fool all y'all. And me too. Yes, he did. Just double checking things here. I get the link right first time, every time now. I'm a bad man. There it is. Okay. The link is in there. Let me get this mess out the way. Get out the way. Okay. Yeah. We getting it. It's Saturday. Now somebody said, I think it was Mike Masick said he heard something about Devin slap Ryan today. Where were they? Because the press conference ain't until Thursday, right? Anybody hear that? Devin slap Ryan? Damn. Damn, Devin trying to go gangster. Bad, ain't he? Wow. Couldn't wait till Saturday. But then, like, Jory Fanks was right, though. He said it was Empire State Building. Jory said it was just fake. Like I said, them two guys ain't never been in a fight outside of a boxing ring in their life. They want to be like Tank so bad. They both want to be Tank when they grow up. But you can't be nobody better than you can be yourself, man. I think people like you better as yourself. Yeah. But just stop it, guys. Y'all gonna have plenty of time. And then when the actual fight starts, it's gonna be a sleek fest. Yeah. They want to keep on faking like they fighting outside of the ring. when the fight get here, it's not going to be any action. Everybody stick around for the hashtag Let's Talk Fashion Preview. Yeah, oh, there's Jay Hardcore in the building. What's up, Jay Hardcore?
Hey, what's up with you?
Not too much. Try to get the women a little love today, since I always talk about the men's history and stuff, you know? Yeah. And there's old school, too.
What's happening, guys?
I think on my other channel I got hit by accident or something.
You got hit by? What you mean?
I'm blocked.
What? From me? From my channel?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. Damn.
But I was talking to Remo. He said he think it happened last week when you remember when they had the problems on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
He said that he seen it say that I got timed out and I got blocked. So because
Okay,
I realized it today because I was in that chat and I'm like, God damn.
I'm gonna fix that.
Dang.
I can't get on KQKC's channel all of a sudden for some reason. I can never find him no more. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I could straighten that one out for you, Kaz. But also, his JBT network handle, it's not wrench no more.
Oh, it's not? Okay. I can do that right now. Now, how do I go back in and fix if Jay's blocked? How do I bring him up and fix him?
You have to go to his
block, man.
Yeah, just deal with it once the show. Just deal with it once the show is over.
Yeah, once the show is over.
Yeah,
JBT network is wrenched now. I don't think JBT network ever was wrenched. I just never paid attention. It was?
Nah, he was wrenched.
It's wrenched now.
Just give him the primary.
Yeah, I gave him the big one.
Sometimes sometimes people clip you if they got the primary by accident.
Okay. Yeah, he got the main one. Now, yeah.
KQ went through the same issues a couple of weeks ago with people getting blocked and wrenches getting taken, and it had nothing to do with him.
Yeah, I got blocked from his channel. I can't get on it for the last couple
I'll
of
make sure we correct that.
Okay.
I'll give him a holler on the phone later and I'll tell him, Cass.
Okay.
It happened before on my channel. Somebody got blocked. I think it was Mike Mazik or Bare Knuckles or somebody that got blocked. And I didn't know how they got blocked. It happens sometimes. But Remo has said that he had seen it happen last week and he forgot to say something.
Oh. Okay. I'll take care of it. Wow. What's going on, Remo? That wasn't Remo, that was T Hill. Okay. We'll get the hashtag Let's Talk Fashion Preview today. Anybody hear this? Mike Mason said something about Devin slap Ryan or something. Did anybody else hear that?
He did. I think it was staged though. It's in it's in the chat though. We put it in the chat. Yeah, just say somebody want to put it up. But he smushed him, and he didn't smack him. He smushed him, and then Ryan didn't even act like to retaliate or anything. He went into the crowd and was going, yeah, but it just looked like they planned to do that. And that's the oldest one they use in the book, man. To get ticket selling, the push doing. You see, he didn't push Regis Prograis.
No. Yeah. And that ain't gonna help because everybody knew it's staged.
Right, and he pushed Lomachenko though. You see.
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
He knew Lomachenko wasn't gonna push him back. That's why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and Ryan didn't either.
Right.
Although Loma did get in that ring and push back in that ring though.
Yeah, that's where
Loma back the whole night long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the hell you chat in here. Let me see.
So on the chat, you go either, it says at the top, it has a line under it, a light blue line. It says chat or comment. You want to hit comments and then you can go to the comments one.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, Just Do says JBT Network is good now, Jay.
So you got it right now. You're chatting into the private chat, which only we can see on the panel.
Oh, that was the
You got to hit comments. You got to hit comments. So tap where comments is, and it'll take you to where the comments are.
And then it says connect your YouTube account to join the chat. Okay.
Oh yeah, probably have to do that.
So do you have to leave off the panel when you do that? Because I never do that because I'm scared I'm gonna get knocked off. Will you stay on the panel and do that?
Yeah, you can do it. You just hit that button.
Good now. Let me salute.
Okay.
To the family. There we go.
So you know what amazes me?
What's that, old school? Yeah, it's good.
The fact that since this fight was announced between Dev and Ryan, certain channels have been pushing, oh, Ryan ain't got a chance. He's gonna be Dev is just gonna outbox him, and it's not even gonna be close. Now the fact that the fight ain't selling. Now these same channels are bitching because the fight ain't selling. But yet they told the casual fans that Ryan had no chance.
Exactly.
Smart. That's very smart right there, what you're saying, William Old School. Because that's how I look at it. The fights I want to see and the fights that I bet on or I pay for are the fights that I want to be excited by. I'm going to be honest, man. For some reason, I think Ryan's going to give a better performance than we think he's going to do. I think he's going to give it. Now, I think Devin still beats him, but Ryan's going to give a performance better than what we think. And that's just my opinion, I could be totally wrong, but I really think for some reason, Ryan's going to give for... now, Devin talking about how he going to stop Ryan?
Nah.
Man, I don't know about that.
Well, here's another funny thing about this, right? The casuals tune in for knockouts, which is why they buy Tank, which is why they buy Canelo, and so on and so on, right? Which is why Wilder sold crazily when he fought, when he was at his prime. So you're telling the casuals that the one guy in this fight who has potential to knock the other person out has no chance. You're telling the casuals not to buy the fight.
Well, like I believe, man. I believe that this is just the drama going on between Oscar and Ryan. And Devin and Bill is mixing this because they want to outdo Tank. Everything for them since that last sparring session has been to outdo Tank in any form, fashion, or way. So they're figuring we can go to this place, outsell his numbers, and make a bigger fight. And they had a problem with that. It's not organic for one. You're doing it out of spite or out of envy for two. And then three, you got some people who are playing a major part in the fight being made, fighting amongst each other. It just doesn't mix well for a good production, a good promotion, and a good business venture. I agree with what Jay said, though. I believe they're doing this to drive down the sale of the tickets and everything like that, to not put the interest in it. But I believe that Ryan's going to go in there, and it's going to be a much tougher fight for Devin than he is expecting. And hell, you never know. He might catch one on left hooks and be in trouble.
Yep, he might.
And if the people who are going to bet, they're going to bet looking at the shenanigans, looking at how Ryan is behaving himself, conducting himself, like he ain't got a snowball's chance in hell.
I know what I'm doing. I haven't been really paying. It's been a minute since I've been doing any homework. Shame myself on that. But I can't remember Ryan's feet, man. Can somebody enlighten me on Ryan's feet? Because that's going to play an important role.
Well, go ahead. Well,
now I was going to say his feet ain't so great.
They're not? Okay.
No. The average, if you're counting him against, I don't know, like your Mexican fighters.
Are they better than Regis' feet?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah. And in that Duarte fight, you could see it, because if it wasn't, he would have got knocked out in that Duarte fight. But he actually had the box in that Duarte fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch that today. That's what I'm.
And don't forget the Derrick James factor too. Now this is the second fight with Derrick. You know.
Now I don't agree with what
like what Derrick says, man. You hear what Derrick said recently? He say, "When I teach Ryan something, I don't teach him it till he get it right. I teach him to. That's the only way he know how to do it. You know, that's not exactly how he said it. I'm paraphrasing, but it made a lot of damn sense where he takes them all the way to muscle memory, where you know it automatically this is what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So, and he's so damn good with teaching fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? Which is so important because that's what made Earl Spence so good. You know, he was able to be fundamentally sound, you know what I mean, which got him through a lot of stuff. Because you can keep in mind, remember when Earl fought the UK kid for the belt, for the IBF belt, he was whipping Earl ass. He was whipping Earl ass for the first 5 rounds.
Yes, he was.
You know what I mean? But then, you know, he stayed the course, plus he was heavily conditioned. You know what I'm saying? And he was relentless. And he was huge, and he had size, you know what I mean? So he eventually ended up mowing them down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Earl is not as talented as other fighters. He had to work to be what he is, you know what I'm saying? Hard work got him where he was at, where a lot of other fighters like Adrian Broner and people like that, they're talented as hell. Like Andre Ward is another person that had to work for everything that he did. So he learned the craft, you know. But then you got somebody like Roy Jones that was just talented, gifted, and skillful and everything. You know what I'm saying? That and he did everything ass backwards, but it didn't make a difference because he wouldn't even start off with a jab, man. It was crazy how he would do stuff, but he was so quick and had cat reflexes and everything that he was able to, you know. He's just amazing. But as soon as he started losing the athleticism and everything, you see what started happening. And he started
Yeah, that's what happened. Oh, Cuts
D'Amato.
What'd you say?
You said I should do a show on Cuts D'Amato. It's tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait for that. That's my guy, man. I'm looking forward to that show for sure. I love me Cuts D'Amato. I always said, if Cuss didn't die, I don't think Mike would have been defeated.
No. Don King would have never got his hooks in him. Yep.
And he'd have never married Robin Givens either.
Nah.
Just Cuss would have kept Mike away from Robin.
Yeah. Because he was in his personal life, you know. Like a trainer ain't normally in their fighters like Cuss was in Mike's, you know.
Yeah. Plus Cuss had him mentally. If Cuss told that man to go rob a bank, he'll rob a bank. If he told that man to jump up in the air and don't come down, Mike would try. You know what I'm saying? Cass had him psychologically, man. He had a machine, you know, and he had him studying the greats, man. He was Mike Tyson is a student of the game.
Yeah, and Cuss had him from a young age, you know?
Yeah. Especially after he realized that. Because he thought Cuss was a freak at first. After he found out he wasn't a freak and he was genuinely interested in him. And really wanted him to advance, he locked in with Cuss, man. Cuss could have told that man to do anything. He would have did it.
He would have did it. Yeah, he sure would have. Yeah.
Cuss was that one figure in his life that he could totally poured into him. Didn't have any ulterior motives. Just saw the talent that was inside of him. Just wanted to help him reach his potential.
Well, he knew Mike was going to be heavyweight champion of the world. He knew it without a doubt.
He said that when Mike was very young, man. He's going to be a heavyweight champion. He would have never went to prison on that rape thing or none of that would have happened. Whole different program.
Hey, imagine if Ryan would have had the same trainers Tank has. Because Ryan's got the tools.
Oh, he got everything.
He's got fast hands. He can punch. He's got power. Imagine if he'd have dedicated himself and had trainers like Tank has.
Well, that's what Coach Kenny was talking about. He said he would love the opportunity to train him.
Mm-hmm.
Boy got talent, got tools.
And you see that Coach Calvin has said that he thinks Ryan gonna win this fight.
Okay, I'm telling you, I've been watching the videos. And I'm watching the way Derek James has Ryan using that right hand. I've been saying this whole time I had Haney winning this fight.
Mm-hmm.
But I keep watching these videos, and now my mind has changed. Now I'm kind of thrown up in the air, but I'm actually going to pick Ryan to win this fight.
Mm. Oh, man.
You had to change your heart. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like I keep saying, if Derek does the right thing, he's going to tell Ryan, I want you throwing that right hand until I tell you to throw the left hook. Leave that left hook out of there. Don't throw it until I tell you to. I want you to make him eat that right hand the whole fight until I tell you not to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one thing, if they're looking at the film, then they can easily devise a game plan that will bring Devin to that left hook. And like you said, you don't want to use it over. You don't want to overuse it or go to it. You want that bad boy to be a surprise to him.
Exactly.
It ain't like Devin don't get hit now, you know. Devin gets hit.
He gets hit. He definitely gets hit. And he also has a propensity to lean over to his right, which is his left.
That's right.
And, you know, that's going to be detrimental because his left is quick as hell. Man, people think because of that fight with Tank, and they can use whatever excuse they want to, that he ain't as fast as he say, as people believe he is. And, you know, he's not as strong. Tank can take punishment. Yeah, I seen him get hit, clipped by some clean shots multiple times that would have stunned people. And it didn't move him at all. And he's extremely fast, like extremely quick, extremely fast. And it just looks like he's moving slow because he's methodical and he takes his time placing his punches where he needs to. He takes his time setting you up so he can get the punch where he wants it. But the dude is fast, man. He's super quick. And, you know, he's a special fighter. And they don't want to give him that factor. Like, the thing to me that kills me is people will say he's not a good boxer. You don't know this. If you look at his fight, you would see he's a great boxer.
Right.
Because boxing ain't just being able to throw punches. It's how you set your punch up. It's how you maneuver yourself away. Yeah, all of that stuff just factors in. And he does all that well. And then he does the subtle things that people don't know. The posting, the framing. You know what I'm saying? The holding, the grabbing. Like, that stuff is there for a reason.
It's part of it, yeah. Yes, it is.
So I don't think that people give Ryan the proper respect that he's due. And he do a lot of stuff that would make you feel that way. And I think he's doing a whole lot of it to distract everybody. But the boy has been training his tail off.
Yeah, I think he has. Yep.
You ain't getting that body looking like that for doing nothing.
Right. That's a fact, Jay. That's a fact.
James is not going to let him ruin his reputation like that, man.
Nope.
Yeah. But what do you think about what he said regarding Errol Spence, though? I thought that was out of place.
Yeah, I think he shouldn't have said it. But he also knew what he was saying because he knew it moved the meter, man. Y'all gotta understand, man. This kid is a professional YouTuber, man.
Yeah,
he knows how to move. He knows how to move the meter.
You're right about that.
You know what to say to strike the emotion and the nerves. You did.
Right.
Come on, man. The man just said that after the fight, after the push today, that he's suing Devin Haney because he's legally a girl, and Devin Haney put his hands on him. So Ryan says he's a girl now, and he's part of the LGBT crew.
Damn.
Wow. You can't make this up, man.
If he win this fight, he's gonna get his props.
Yo, hey, look, fight, man. Devin's gonna look. If he wins this fight, Devin's gonna look like stir fried stupid.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He breaks the internet. He breaks the internet for people.
Yes. No
Yo,
doubt.
Jay, what they always say: pride come before the fall. Your boy Devin been talking a lot of good talk, talking about how he's C+ at best fighter and this and that, and I'm an A+ fighter.
Right.
If he go in there and it don't go the way he expected, you got to eat all that crow. So Jay, on that Sunday morning, invite them. If they don't win, tell them to come in there and eat that crow.
And
the crow
Devin,
show.
I mean, and Ryan, he does. All he got to do is look good. He don't have to win.
No, he really don't.
Due to what Devin has said,
that's right.
This guy's a C-level fighter. I'm an A-level fighter. That means that this guy is no competition to you. So that means he can't go the distance with you or nothing.
None of that. Yeah.
You left yourself no room for error.
You did. You're absolutely right.
Then yesterday he said I'm paraphrasing, he said, on God, I will knock this man out this weekend.
Oh, come on, man. What?
Oh, no.
On God.
Wow. And when last time he knocked somebody out? 2018 or something?
So he has to do everything he said now. Because if not, hey, they're gonna troll the hell out of him. And Lord knows, don't get knocked down.
Don't lose. Oh no, don't even get knocked down and win.
Down, or don't even do a stanky leg.
None of that.
None of that will be accepted. And that's his fault.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
He the one that set the bar so high. He left himself no room for error.
No room.
So William, you fully believe now that Devin about to get knocked out?
I don't fully believe it, but I'm on the fence, more leaning towards Ryan right now.
Okay.
You know what I think?
Here's what I would do.
Oh, go ahead.
I would pull Deontay Wilder move on Devin. I'd put that damn left in his face, blind him with the left, and crack him over the top with the right. And I would do that the whole damn fight till about the 6th or 7th round, until Devin is doing nothing but looking at that right hand. Then I crack him with the hook.
Left on it. Well, anybody got anything else before we get out of here? Get this voice time now. Voice been burning up.
It's time to go to the voice. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, he been on fire lately the last few weeks.
I was talking about Jess today on my show, man. I was just giving him his just due, man. He been doing his thing.
Yes, he has.
Everybody's doing their thing, man. Everybody is doing their thing, you know. So, you know, I love what
JBT looking strong.
It's still early in the day. I'm just the second act. We got the hangout, JB back in the hangout at 8, then we got the closer at 9. So it's still early. Got a lot of JBT to go today.
Very early. Yes, indeed.
Okay, fellas. I appreciate everybody, though. What you say,
Always,
Jay?
love.
Hi, y'all.
Okay, you got something else, Jay? Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate y'all for coming help me close the show out today. And now it's time for the voice.
I give you a call. I'll give you a call once the show closes.
Okay, Jay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And like I said, it's early in the day. We got Just Do Boxing next, and Jay Hardcore be back in the hangout at 8, and then the closer at 9. But right now, we're putting another cast sports into the history books. I appreciate everybody for helping out my growing channel. Appreciate Jay Hardcore, Old School, Thomas Hill, for coming up, helping the show today. Okay, let's go see what the voice talking about. Cast sports. Everybody have a good day. But you haven't seen the last of me. I'm going to see y'all in Just Do the Hangout or Rise podcast. Can't get rid of me that early. Cast sports. I mean, that easy. Everybody have a good one.